Hello, my dear student. Today we are going to explain the last topic of this syllabus on this level, okay? Our topic for today are the perfect tenses. I'm going to make a short summarize about the perfect tenses, and in the end I'm going to explain what is the activity, what is the methodology to end this term. Okay, the first that is these tenses is present perfect. Do you remember and present perfect characteristic? The first thing that do you talk when do you talk in present perfect is subject. Continue with have or has. Remember, if you're talking in third person, always you use has. As you're talking in another person, you use have. Subject and have or has. Next, the verb in past participle. Okay, in this case is a regular verb. For this reason, finish ed, lived. Okay, past participle and complement. Very good. They is a subject, have or has a auxiliary and the verb in past participle. Next, we have the complement. What is the use of this verb? Pay attention to this. When the actions start and continues in the present. The action starts in the past and continues in the present. Look at the example. They have lived there for 3 years. The action started 3 years ago and continue until the present. For the reason is they have lived for 3 years. They have lived there for 3 years. Another important perfect tense, past perfect. Remember, in past perfect, always our auxiliary is had. Always, all the time is had. For instance, we, the subject, had, the auxiliary, past participle. This is the verb. Look at this. This is irregular verb. This is the form to eat in past participle, eating. When they arrived. Okay, this is the complement. And according to this, subject, had, the verb in past participle, and the complement. Look at the example. We have eaten when they arrived. Okay? Subject, had, past participle, and complement. When you use this verb, look at this. Action in the past before another action in the past. Okay? The first action. We have eaten. Okay? This is the second action in the past. When they arrived. Okay? Those two actions in the past. We have eaten when they arrived. Another important tense is present perfect continuous. What is the characteristic of the first subject? Have been. When do you talk in this verb? All the time use have been or has been according to the subject. Remember that it is third person. It is necessary you change this to he, she, or it, you put has. Have been or has been. Next, the verb. But what's going on with the verb? It is necessary you add the verb ing. Play, playing. Remember the characteristics. Subject, have been, because it's continuous. Playing plus ing all night. What is the characteristic of this? Long action started in the past and continued in the present. Okay, this is a previous explanation about past perfect. You have stopped before me, past perfect. In negative, this is an example with past perfect. She had not gone to school. Past perfect, subject, had, negative form, past participle, and complement. It is third person. She hadn't, negative form, and past perfect. And this is affirmative and interrogative. According to this, if you have present perfect, how do you believe would be the negative form? They have not lived there for 3 years. It would be negative form. The other, interrogative. How do you believe? Okay, very good. If you have interrogative, you put this have here before to the subject. They have lived there for 3 years? It is a question. Or it is negative, they have not lived for 3 years, okay? In this case, we are going to talk it with past perfect, negative form, but you remember. In interrogative in past perfect. Had they eaten dinner? Yes, they had, or no, they hadn't. If we are working in present perfect, would be, have they lived for 3 years? Yes, they have, or no, they haven't, okay? Now, the short form in the past perfect. I have, you had, she had, he had, it had, we had, they had. This is the short form. Okay, I eaten already, they have, go home. Remember, the other verb, an important verb, is present perfect continuous. I'm going to remember and make a review about the present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous has they have been, remembered all the time, have been, verb plus ing and the complement. They have been learning English for 2 years. The complement, okay? Negative. Subject has or have not been, verb plus ing and complement. She has not been learning English for 2 years. And interrogative. Have you been learning English for 2 years? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Remember the structure. Subject, have been, play, the verb at ing, and the complement. It is interrogative. Could be an example. Children have not, or children haven't. It is negative. It will be negative. Have not or haven't been playing all night. Okay? This is a review, only a review about this. And present perfect continuous. Long action that started in the past and continued until now. Long action is an example. I have been living in Ireland for almost 4 years. Long action for a year. Recent action that have clear evidence. Her eyes are red because she has been crying all the evening. According to this, what is the use of this? Long action starting in the past and continues in the present. But long, it is important, long, okay? Remember, children have been playing all night, long action. Okay, this is another important topic to complete this information is the use of for or since. What is this? I'm going to explain. For means period. Look at the example. Period, okay? Duration of something, on how long is this? It's an example. I have studied English for 10 years. I have studied English for 10 years. Pay attention, for, period. For 10 years, okay? For 10 years. This is, and now I'm going to explain since. This is a point where the action starts. Pay attention, where the action starts and now. When something started, okay? I have studied English since 2010. Pay attention with the difference. It's the same time, but in this case we focus on the duration of something, on the period. I English for 10 years, but in this case, since is focused on the point, the moment when the action started. Pay attention, when something started. I studied English since 2010. It's the same time, but the difference is the focus, or period, or point, or duration of something, how long it is, or when something started, but it's the same time, okay? Okay, according to this, remember that if you read my agenda, in this agenda I say that today we excuse me, today I don't leave homework or task. Why? Because before to the previous class, it is necessary you make an speaking. Remember the characteristic of the speaking. You talk about the COVID-19, that do you decide what do you want to try about your family, your work, your academic issues. I don't know, but this is the topic for the next class, okay? Today only is a review, only this is the review because it's previous our part. In the next class you send to me, and our next class we are going to meet in a Zoom activity or in a Zoom meeting, okay? In this case you resume and you ask to me what are your doubts about this term or your question about this term, okay? Bye bye, see you on the next class.